Hi, CVC friends and family. I hope you continue to be well and staying healthy. In today's video, I would like to share another CVC lesson with you, reviewing today the short I, the short O, and the short U sound. And in this lesson, I'm going to call it stretch it, build it, write it. Okay, so what you will need for this lesson is some writing paper, okay, which if you would choose to use this, you may find it on your child's teacher's e-board that you can, if you have access, you can print, or Mrs. DiMarco went through and just created this paper where I can write some words and then a sentence down below. The Conan boxes from the previous lesson and a pencil. So if you want to take a pause to go gather those materials, but this would be a great time to follow along, do the lesson with me so we can practice some letters and sounds and just have a fun time together. Okay? All right, so let's get started. All right. So again, like I said, we're going to practice our short I, O, and U today. And we're going to start with the O. Okay? Oh, also, another thing Ms. DiMarco forgot to mention is that if you have them at home, these magnetic letters, okay, or tiles, you can certainly use these for this lesson. If you do not, that's okay, because you can certainly create and make your own letters just using blank pieces of paper. Mrs. DiMarco used sticky notes, and you can certainly write letters on those. Okay, just like that, okay? So if you don't have the letters to build with today, you can certainly make your own letter cards, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is, because it's such an important skill, we are gonna start, once I dictate the sentence, stretching it out, and then we're gonna build it with the letters, and then we're gonna write it, okay? All right, and then for today's lesson, what I did is I just put my dots where I can tap and then blend. But you can certainly, if you have your boxes, you can use that to stretch out your sounds, okay? All right, the first word, hop. H-op, hop. Okay, now I'm gonna build it. And again, this is a great opportunity to stretch it out again. H-op, hop, and then I'm going to write it, hop. The next word is we're going to do the word box. And notice, because we're going to work with the short L, I'm not changing my middle sound. Box, box. Okay, box, 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 box. Okay, and then I'm going to write it, box. Okay, next word, the word nod. N-A-D, nod. I hope you're saying your sounds with me, friends. Nod. And then now we're going to build it. N-A-D. N-A-D. We can go back and touch the letters and say each sound again and blend it. And then we're going to write it, nod. Nod. So it's good practice matching the sounds with the letters that those sounds make. Okay, next word is the word jog. Jog. J-A-G, jog. And that j sound is like j, like juice or jump. Okay, jog. J-A-G. Jog. Okay, and then I'm going to write it. Jog. Very good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to practice the short U sound. The short U makes that sound. Like umbrella or up. Okay, first word we're going to do is the word hut. Okay, hut. Hut, and then practice that blending, putting those sounds together. And now we're going to build it. Hut, huh. We can say our sounds again. Huh, hut. Okay, and now we're going to write it, hut. Hut. Beautiful. Okay, all right, next word we're going to do is the word hum. Okay, so now this word actually has the same beginning and middle sound as hut. But pay attention to the ending sound, hum. Okay, so hum. Okay. All right, our next word is the word cub. Cub. Okay, k-a-b. Cub. K like cat or cookie or camel. K-a-b. Cub. Okay, and then now we're going to write it. Okay, so we're stretching out our sounds, we're building our word, and then we're writing it. It's a great way to practice our letter sounds. We're still doing some segmenting, stretching those sounds out, and then we're putting them together to blend, and then we're writing. Okay, next word we're going to do is the word pup. Pup. Okay, pup. Pup. Okay, great job with short U words. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do short I, which makes that is sound, like igloo or itch. Okay, so the first word that we're going to do is the word sit. Sit. And then we're going to build it. Okay, sit. Sit. And this is great, like when you're practicing, you're writing, okay, and you're maybe writing sentences at home, that this is that same skill that you're doing. You're stretching out, listening for those sounds that you hear, and then matching the letters to those sounds. So it's really, really an important skill when we write. So it's important that we can stretch out and we can really hear the beginning, middle, and end sound. Okay, the next word is hymn. 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 So hymn. And now we're going to write it. Hymn. Okay, excellent job. All right, next word we're going to do is the word mix. Mix. So so we continue to practice those sounds as we stretch it out. Mix. Very good. Okay. All right. Okay, and last word that we are going to do is the word dip. 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 And it's always great too to make sure if we have that alphabet chart handy, we're always checking our B's and our D's because that can be a little confusing. Dip. Okay. Dip. Excellent. Okay. Great job with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to add a little extra writing to our activity is I'm going to challenge you to come up with a rhyming word. Okay, so think about your own, and as Mrs. DiMarco does this up here, you can, think of your own rhyming word, and you can write it next to your words on your paper at home. Okay, so this is, again, it's just creating more words that have the short O, the short U, and the short I, and, having these words and being able to go back to them and reread will certainly help. Okay, all right, so hop. So remember, with rhyming words, they're going to have the same ending. So it's going to have the same vowel sound and the end. So thinking of hop, we want to come up with another word that has the op sound. So Mrs. DiMarco's word is cop. Okay? And then, of course, you can come up with your own because there are other words that are going to rhyme with hop, and you can create your own, or you can write the words that Mrs. DiMarco is, or come up with a couple more, okay? All right, so box. So we want a word that has the ox in it, fox. And a lot of times, too, we are essentially kind of thinking about those word families in the word too, and just coming up with another word that's in that same word family. Okay, nod. Mrs. DiMarco is going to write the word pod. Pod. Okay, jog. I'm going to come up with the word log. Log. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do our short U words. Hut. So I want a word that has that same ending, ut. And the word I come up with is cut. Hum. Hum. Let me think. What has the in it? Oh, I know. Some. And see how, too, when we go back, you know, Mrs. DiMarco always talks about how we reread, and it's very important because it builds our fluency and helping us with recognizing these words a little bit quicker, is thinking about not only like saying each sound, but then trying to remember chunk it. So we can do k, op, f, ox, p, odd, l, og, k, ut, s, Okay, as another way to go back and reread those words. Okay, looking for those chunks. Okay, all right. Now we're going to find a word that rhymes with cub. Okay, ub. Okay, pup. How about the word cup? Okay, a lot of great rhyming words here. Okay, now we're going to do our short I. Sit. It. Fit. Okay, him, I'm going to come up with the word Kim. Okay, and Kim, I'm going to do a capital K because Kim is a name. Kim. Okay, next, mix. I'm going to write the word fix. And then dip. Okay, ip. Okay, so take a look, friends. Did you come up with a lot of the same words that rhyme? Did you create your own? Did you create silly words that rhyme? Okay, I hope you had fun with this. Okay, so the last part, what we're going to do is we are going to do, it's always great when we work with words and we're reading and writing them, is to follow up and do a sentence. Okay, so our sentence is going to have 6 words in it. And remember, with our dictation sentences, we're going to pound 1 pound for every word in our sentence, okay? I'm going to say it once, and then I want you to pound with me at home. I can sit in the hut. All right, pound with me, friends. I can sit in the hut. All right, we're going to do it one more time. I can sit in the hut. Okay, and what I want you to do is pound it one more time at home before you write it. Okay, and Mr. Mark is going to write it up here. I can, just one of our sight words, I can, and if we need to, stretch it out. I can sit in the hut. Has that ut at the end. Okay, and always important to make sure that you go back and check for capitals, you have enough spacing between your words, and you have end punctuation. And then of course you can always go back and reread the sentence, but you can definitely create more sentences with these words. And you can, as always, you know, create some sentences. You can draw pictures. Maybe you create a book with all of these short vowel words that you're using and all the sentences that you're writing. That way you always have it. You can go back and read it and reread it. And then, of course, you can draw those pictures with it. Okay? All right, so the last thing I'd like to do is just kind of warm down, is just to go through our letters, and so we can practice our letters and sounds together. Now for this one, I'm actually going to say the letter and then the sound, so do that with me. F, R, R, S, S, T, T, Q, U, Qu, P, P, O, A, N, N, M, M, L, L, V, V, W, W, X, X, Y, Y, Z, Z, U, K, K, J, J, I, H, H, G, G, E, D, D, C, C, K, B, B, A, A. Okay, now we're going to do our digraphs where we have two letters that make one sound. CH, ch, TH, SH, sh, WH, and CK, k. Okay, friends, great job today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and be well, and see you next time.